It is good to see you all. Welcome to the Great CICO Experiment, day 15. Day number 15 means we are 2 weeks down. We are at the start of week number 3, which means we got to get to the store for some grocery shopping, standard American diet style. Thank you to those of you who sent in requests in the comments section of what I should add to the grocery list. I'll be picking some of those up, and please continue to send those requests in. I'll sprinkle them in as the weeks go along, but I love to get some ideas so I don't have to think as much what I would need to buy on the standard American diet. But I'm excited now. All the nerves of week number 1 are gone. It's just excitement now. So let's get to the store. One thing to keep in mind for me is 4 days from now, we're going to be driving up to South Carolina to have a week's vacation up there, which should be fun to document in its own right. Continuing to get ripped while eating foods that I'm going to enjoy on a vacation. So I look forward to documenting that for you guys. But this won't be as big of a grocery trip for that sake. So I'm going to be looking for things that don't spoil if I'm gone for a week and don't finish things off, or smaller items that I can finish off in the next 4 days rather than a full week's grocery haul. And we're about to save money, live better. All right, grocery haul is complete. As far as the food that we're going to be eating over the next 4 days and whatever lasts longer will carry on into following weeks, we spent $35. So, not bad at all. I'm telling you, save money, live better. I'm just kidding. This video is not sponsored by Walmart. But if you're interested, Walmart, I will send you my PayPal. Now it's time to get home and have breakfast, which will also be our pre-workout meal before our calisthenics, so we can get out there and knock that out before it gets too hot, this being Florida. So I'm excited for breakfast. It was a long night last night being on call. All I'll say is public service announcement: don't go jaywalking across a fast country road in the middle of the night. At least not if you want to keep your body parts all together. For context, I work on the investigations team for the medical examiner's office, so not that I hit anybody or was hit. But on the plus side, Today is a day off from our part-time job during the day, so after we get our workout in, I get to hang out with my little dude, with my son. So very excited about that. All right, so let's recap some of our additions to the standard American diet menu for these next 4 days before we go on vacation. So, biggest and possibly the one that I'm most excited for, we got ourselves a frozen pizza, the absolute best one in my opinion. Motor City Pizza Company Supreme. Doesn't get better than that. I know there's one that's not delivery, it's DiGiorno, and that's pretty good. But as far as frozen pizzas go, this one takes the crown by a mile in my book. We also got ourselves some shredded beef to make some Philly cheesesteaks. Got ourselves some candy. This was one of my favorites as a kid. I really liked the gummy candy, so fruit slices sounded really good. And a lot of the other candy was really expensive. Candy is really expensive now, so I was surprised by that. We got the Doritos, which was a recommendation in the comment section for what I should get for my next chip. So thank you so much for that suggestion. The other suggestion we got was for our cereal choice, which was Captain Crunch. This was definitely a favorite as a kid, even though sometimes it is a little scrapey on the roof of your mouth. Totally worth it for the flavor. So we got ourselves some frozen pancakes so we can keep using that Mrs. Buttersworth syrup, not put any of that to waste. And then because some of the other stuff was a little on the expensive side for what we're going for, we balanced it out with some ramen for 30 cents a pack. So this is the grocery haul. Excited to be eating this for the next 4 days, as well as continuing to eat what we got last week. Again, $35 for everything that we got that we're going to be eating. So super excited to see what the next few days bring and continue to make progress getting ripped on the standard American diet. So for breakfast, we had a bowl of Captain Crunch Crunch Berries. Thank you so much to the YouTube commenter who suggested this. It made an absolutely delicious breakfast and pre-workout, getting those simple carbohydrates in for energy. And we didn't even stop there. I couldn't resist a couple fruit slices because, you know, fruit for breakfast is a healthy choice. Let me know if you guys like these. I always liked them as a kid, but I know it's kind of controversial for some people. Then for our intra-workout, we mixed up some Nutricost creatine just to keep our energy and pumps up for the workout. And today was calisthenics day. So what we have been doing is working on explosive pull-ups for 10 sets. And then on sets 5 and 10, we've been going for full muscle-ups. This time I progressed to the first 5 sets. I did 2 muscle-ups on each and every set, except for this 5th set here. I actually did 3. And I attempted 4, but because we had a heavy-duty bodybuilding style workout yesterday, and I got very little sleep last night, I feel like that played a part into me not being able to get rep number 4. But the first 3, very smooth, so I was pleased with that progression. We paired that up in the first 5 sets of the circuit with the pistol squats, making progress on that. Still a little wobbly. I feel like I jinx myself every time I film it. I get 2 good sets in where I don't have to touch anything to balance, and then as soon as I film, I always mess it up. But still, nonetheless, pleased with the progression there. For the second part, rather than doing the explosive pull-ups, I worked on a single arm hang. So once I master the muscle up and I'm able to get 5 repetitions, I really want to focus on being able to do a single arm pull-up. So we've already made huge leaps and bounds in this from the very first time that I attempted it, where I was only able to get 5-6 seconds and my grip gave out. So this time it was just sheer pain in my hands that caused me to let go. So I need to get my hands used to that. But I was very pleased to see how far I had come in the single arm hang. After that, we worked on some explosive moves. We're looking to bring back some athleticism, some sprints, things like that. So I was pleased that that hasn't gone completely since my high school days, but we're looking to bring it back better than ever, be completely functional and able to master all adventures of life. And then here are my very sad L-sit progression moves, since I'm struggling so much with the L-sit. Trying to bring my hands forward to make the move that much harder, but the range of motion is so short right now. It's just a huge struggle. You can see me right here. I'm just like, why? Why is this so hard? But nonetheless, it is. But we'll get it. We'll get it. Everybody has their strengths, everybody has their weaknesses, and mine apparently is the LSIT when it comes to calisthenics. So for the second 5 sets leading up to the 10, we did the 8 repetitions on each leg here with the LSIT holds to strengthen hip flexors. And you can see shreds are coming in. So there you have it. That's going to wrap up another calisthenics workout in the book. As you can see, I progressed on the muscle-ups the first 5 out of 10 sets rather than doing explosive pull-ups and then testing muscle-ups on set 5 and 10. We did 2 muscle-ups on every set. My lats were still sore from yesterday, even though I don't do pull-downs or pull-ups during my bodybuilding style workouts because I do so many with my calisthenics. I think it was just tight from doing the heavy deadlifts and getting the contraction there. So we did 5 sets of the 2 repetitions of muscle ups. All the sets felt smooth and easy. We got 3 on the 3rd set, almost 4, just missed out. I wanted it, but technique would have broken down to get it next time. So made progress on that. For the other exercises for the second half of the 5, we did the LSIT training again for the hip flexors. We progress by moving our hands forward, and a range of motion is so short on that. That is such a weakness for me. Most people can master the LSIT long before they can muscle up. Muscle ups are getting fairly easy for me now, and LSITs are still a struggle. But working on that, we'll continue to push until we crack the code there and can do a successful LSIT. And then we did some 1-arm hangs to stretch out the lats for the second set. Believe it or not, the first time I attempted these, I was only able to do like 5 seconds before my grip would give way. So especially if you're 200 pounds or over, give these a try, especially if you're like me and you use wrist wraps to make sure that your grip doesn't fail. Your grip just gets weak. So I was only able to do like 5 seconds and my grip would give out when I started. Here we are. I've stopped using wrist straps altogether, even on deadlifts and things like that. Really want to work on the power, just the ability to live and thrive. We live in a world where you don't have time to strap up every time you need to lift something heavy or do something adventurous. So we cut out the straps and just practicing the explosive pull-ups and all that. The single arm hangs, we were able to get about 15 seconds on each hand, and it was not even close to our grip that gave out. It was the fact that my hands were just hurting from doing 5 sets of muscle ups beforehand and a heavy workout the day before and all that. So my hands just started hurting, and that's the reason why I released. But we'll continue to work on that as well, because now that the muscle ups are coming along, once I get to the point where I can do 5 smooth muscle ups in a row, I want to start working on single arm pull-ups. So that's the next challenge as far as pulling movements go. But anyway, so that was awesome. LSIT is still a big weakness, but the muscle ups, progressing in leaps and bounds, and the single arm hangs, start incorporating those till we can get that nice and easy. Oh, and then we also worked on some explosive movement as well. We did box jumps. Gonna bring back some athleticism, work on some sprints and jumping movements, athletic movements, all that sort of thing. So I love that. I'm feeling amazing. Even though we're in a steep deficit, even though we're eating the standard American diet, these workouts have me feeling great. Joints are feeling great. Strength is going up. Energy is good. I'm loving this, and I hope you are too. So anyway, that wraps it up for the workout. Let's go get our post-workout. Our post-workout meal, we had 2 Eggo waffles with Mrs. Buttersworth syrup, 2 eggs, and a scoop of Nutricost whey protein, chocolate peanut butter. I feel like I'm developing a very close relationship with Mrs. Buttersworth. Is she becoming my side piece? Oh, Mrs. Buttersworth, we shouldn't. I'm a married man. Okay, enough of the weirdness. Moving on, we've got a burger and Cool Ranch Doritos for meal number 3. The Cool Ranch Doritos were another recommendation by a YouTube commenter, so thank you so much for that. They were awesome. The burger was great as well. And then the final meal of the day, we made 2 chicken and cheese quesadillas with a bowl of applesauce and some carrots, just to use up some leftovers that I had. And that is going to go ahead and wrap it up for day number 15. We finished off the day with a total of 1,950 calories and 130 grams of protein. So, met both of those goals there. Pleased with the progress. The one thing I did notice that I might have to make an adjustment is having a rest day in between both of my bodybuilding style workouts and calisthenics. Right now, one of those days is split up with a recovery day. I might have to stretch it out and stagger the split so that I have both, just because I really was feeling the fatigue from the workout before, especially because I only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep being on call. But hey, the weekend is almost here, and even better yet, a vacation trip is almost here. So I'm excited to record all of that and show you guys what I'm going to eat on vacation to keep getting shredded and ripped while enjoying that whole experience. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow for day number 16.